In a test of weight loss programs, 40 adults used the Atkins weight loss program. After 12 months, their mean weight loss was found to be 2.1 pounds. With a standard deviation of 4.8 pounds, construct a 90% confidence interval for the mean weight loss for all such subjects. Round to the tens place. Okay, so we're going to make a confidence interval for the mean. That's how we know that we're going to be using either Z's or T's. The question is which one? Well, the problem is we are using a sample of, let's see, 40 adults. And the question is between Z's or T's is whether or not we have sigma or not. Well, notice they tell us that our standard deviation here is only for this 40 adults, which means it's for a sample. So this is an S, not a sigma. So that means we're going to be using T's, not Z's. So we will be doing a T interval if we're using our calculator. We don't have a set of data, so we're going to be doing the stats option. So remember that this is under the stat, arrowed over twice to the right to test, and then we're going to arrow down until we hit T interval. The first thing that it asks for is the mean, and that's the sample mean, which is given to us. Well, the mean for this sample was 2.1. The next thing that they're going to ask for is your sample standard deviation S. We just talked about that. That's your 4.8. The next thing that they're going to ask for is your N, your size of your sample, which is the 40. And then the last thing that they're going to ask for is your C level, your confidence level, which they wanted a 90% confidence interval, so use 0.90. And so what this will look like using your calculator is so when you type all this information into your calculator, it will look like the following. And then you'll go down to the bottom and you'll choose calculate. When you go and choose calculate, the following will come out, and what that tells you, they ask you to round to the tens place, so that'd be 0.8 and 3.4. So is that our confidence interval for the mean, mu, starts at 0.8 and continues to 3.4. And what were we talking about if they were asking for units? These were all about pounds for a weight loss. So the 0.8 and the 3.4 is pounds. So does this seem to be effective? Yeah, people are losing weight. These are all positive values, and they start at 0.8, which means you're at least losing something. Whether or not it's actually practically significant, you're only losing about, at most, pretty much 3 pounds over 12 months. I'm not sure that's very practical. However, it does appear that you're losing weight. So it is statistically significant if you go back to what we learned at the very beginning of Chapter 1 for Test 1. Now, again, just to give you a reminder of how this is set up, this means for your confidence interval that you have the mean in the middle. We do see that the mean, we already knew this was 2.1. We have now found out that our confidence interval ends at 3.4 and starts at 0.8. So you can start talking about finding the error if you want by taking the 3.4 minus the 2.1. That's one way of doing it. Or you can do the 2.1 minus the 0.08 or the 0.8. Well, either way, you can figure out what the error is. Or you can take the 3.4 to the 0.8. and split that up over the 2 errors you're covering, so divided by 2. Either way, you should get something close if they do indeed ask for the error. All these different ways, you do get 1.3 as your margin of error. It doesn't matter how you do it as long as you know how to do it, at least one way. Now, this was using your calculator to come up with a confidence interval and do almost everything for you. It finds the t for you. You do need to know how to find the t's because I will ask you just a couple questions on how to find the critical values. However, you can just do the full intervals by hand as well.